Guys, welcome to Active Football TV. We really miss you guys. I missed you, Pastor Wilson and Mr. 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗚. You guys switch sides. What is behind that? Is it because you feel more comfortable or more vigorous in that place?
I don't know the reason why Mr. 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗚 decided to switch position with me. I don't know. He's even dragging the position with me. But nevertheless, it's Manchester United. That's their behavior. So
yes, they are coming to drag Mason Mount out from Chelsea Football Club. What is happening with Chelsea? They are offloading a high number of people, and some people are quite being jealous that you are having discussions to do the Saudi Arabians, and they're asking the Premier League to halt transactions from player sales going to the Saudi Arabians.
The only thing I can talk about that, Premier League cannot do anything because when Chelsea was signing these players, they didn't stop them not to stop signing. So now they are signing the players. I don't think that DPA will do anything about it. As long as the Saudi Arabian's club want Chelsea players, they will sell the players to them. So we can't stop selling players if club come to buy our players. We will sell because already that has been Chelsea plan this season to overhaul so many of the players, and it's happening. I believe they still have about 7 to 8 players to sell before the transfer window ends.
Okay, that's good. You and Arsenal have a very good relationship when it comes to player sales, and one of a kind, Kai Havertz, coming to Arsenal, full of potentials, could not reach his potentials at Chelsea. What do you believe about that sale heading into Arsenal?
I will not accept you saying that he's not fulfill his potential at Chelsea. No, because the reason why Kai Havertz wants to leave Chelsea because he thinks that what the owner of the club want to do is not fitting in his own.
We are not looking at the reason why he's looking at Chelsea. Okay. He had a whole lot of potentials heading into Chelsea. Okay. He had a good goal-to-goal head ratio above even Lionel Messi at the age of 22. So he had a whole lot of promising talent heading. I will come to you. Please give to Mr. 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗚. We have a whole lot of promising talent he had from Germany in Bayer Leverkusen heading into Chelsea. Do you feel he fulfilled those potentials? Forgetting about the trophies, the personal potentials individually as a football player.
In as much as I don't want to be biased, I don't really think he really did it well because he tried well. He's tried. I'm going to give him a 70% out of 100 because I think he tried. In as much as he gave them that winning memorable goal, which all Chelsea fans will remember.
Because he was almost a label flop.
Yeah, he was. I told him once something like that. Timo Werner had a better percentage to me than Kai Havertz in Chelsea. I used to tell him that thing. So out of a sudden, Kai Havertz started stepping up his game, and at the time he has not been really stepping. He has been in and out. So I think he really didn't meet up to that price tag. But that goal he scored in that Champions League really marked everything out for him.
Okay, do you feel, because a whole lot of people are seeing it from these circumstances, that the reason why Kai Havertz did not perform to his peak of his attributes or qualities he has is because Chelsea do not play a team they don't play a team game, rather they play a game quite individually, like the individuals, they base their game on individuals. Do you feel like that?
Well, I will not really agree with you because in the sense that English football is kind of very difficult for most of these players to adapt. He's not only the first player that came to the team and struggled. Timo also struggled. So there are lots of it. Bakayoko, most of them that have left are also struggled. So if you watch Chelsea football game has been really entertaining. You can see what Thomas Tuchel. Let me start from Graham Potter. What Thomas Tuchel did in the team, he balanced the team. So if you can't adapt to that playing time that Thomas was playing that time with the likes of his young squad, I don't think he will get it right in any other place. But generally looking at it at the moment, I think he was supposed to balance well in that Chelsea team, but all of a sudden,
would you agree that Thomas Tuchel was the one who even made him quite better?
Yes, he actually made him quite better, but we really know who Kai Havertz was at Bayer Leverkusen. So we can't compare Kai Havertz the expectation we had from him when Chelsea took him off the market, like when he was.
Is that a bargain for Arsenal?
I think he's going to play well for Arsenal. It's a very good game for Arsenal because the pattern of Bayer Leverkusen pattern of game and Arsenal are almost similar because of the kind of fast football. You know, Chelsea don't play that fast football since Hazard left. So
do you think Chelsea will be jealous? Because a whole lot of Arsenal having a promising talent.
You know, one thing about football we don't understand is that football is a business. So Chelsea really made a very good business with Kai Havertz. Him living or not living, the business is there.
They're running ahead to get Mason Mount. But before I come back to you, let me talk to Mr. Wilson. You signed the player last year, Nkunku. He has arrived, and I think he did his medical side yesterday. I mean, it's officially today that he's your player. As you are selling, you also got Nicholas Jackson not a few hours ago. Have you balanced the books for you to still go get him for signings?
No, Nkunku signing has been since last summer, but Jackson is just something that I know that it will happen. I believe that Chelsea will still sell Romelu Lukaku, because as it stands now, I don't think that Lukaku is in the plan for Pochettino. As long as that team is signed, I know that we still have so many players to sell.
Yes.
For Chelsea to sign Jackson, I believe that Lukaku will go.
Yeah. What's the problem? You guys love giving lengthy deals to players. Even Nkunku, you gave him 6 years. You gave to the flop. You guys wrestled for Arsenal, Madrid, 7 years. What are you going to players do not perform?
You can't just call Madrid flop because
he
signed Madrid January transfer, so he
flopped.
He
flopped for the last season. Flop.
For the first season, he flopped. Let us just say he's just a 21-year-old player. He still have about 10 years ahead of him.
Do you think he's in the first team in Pochettino? Like, you have watched Pochettino good in the Premier League.
Okay.
Do you think when you look at Pochettino teams or the way he line up his team, do you think Modric will be a first teamer?
If the boys train with Pochettino, the coach will know who to start and who to be.
Don't you think Nkunku will even be in better position to play that position?
Yeah, I believe that the reason why Nkunku is coming to Chelsea, Modric and Nkunku is not playing the same position. That is the main reason why Chelsea is really if you allow Mason Mount to go, because as it stands now, Nkunku plays at back of an outright 9. So okay. I don't think that Modric is playing the same position with Nkunku.
But also you also know that Nkunku can also go to the flanks, and it's also good.
I know that the same thing with Modric. So both of them can interchange, but as it stands, I believe that next season will be a better thing for Modric.
There's been before I ask you this question, there's a whole lot of sluggishness with Arsenal concerning Declan Rice. But are you willing to allow Mason Mount to go? Because it looks promising in the coming hours.
As it stands now, and what I noticed recently is that Chelsea is not holding any player against their will. Any player that feels that he wants to go, they do let the person go, because Mason Mount have 1 year contract with Chelsea, and Chelsea have offered him £250,000 per week. He rejected, but Manchester United offered him £200,000. He accepted. So that means it's not about the money. This is players' decision. I believe that he wants another adventure, and he believes that going to Manchester United
will be the best option.
Is the best option for him, and that's the reason why Chelsea is not holding him back. And offer that Manchester United gave Chelsea is a fair offer. So I don't think that we are going to reject that money.
With a whole lot of sales and mismatched what that's happening in Chelsea Football Club, do you feel the team can just gel immediately, or would there be some down performance before there will be an upliftment in performance heading into the season?
It depends on the mentality of how the coach coaches the players, but I believe that it's with time. It's not just immediately. They have 1 month to prepare for the Premier League, but as they play together, I believe that they will gel, as long as it's Pochettino. I know the capability.
I will come back to you, Mr. Caleb. Mason Mount, you have all going out for Mason Mount, and we know his high work rate in the Premier League. What do you think is captivating your manager to go for him? And also, you have been so sluggish in the market. What is happening?
Well, Mason Mount, we all know his work rate, his passing accuracy, and he's a very good goal scorer. So, in as much as I didn't really want him as a wide left, but I can see that why 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗚 wants him is that 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗚 is the kind of player that plays more of an attack. And now you will see in our past few matches, we can't be able to possess one because the person that is playing back off the striker, which is Eriksen, is weak. He doesn't know how to mark, he doesn't know how to press. So 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗚 is the kind of coach that likes pressing and likes recovering. You can see Mount's way of recovering. Mount reminds me of Herrera. Just like the only two difference between both of them is that he scores goals. Because if you see Herrera marking ball, that's the same way that Mount marks. His work rate is very, very good. So I think it's a very good sign for him. And coming over to us being sluggish, it's always Manchester United way. Right from season in, season out, I'll not even be surprised we end up going to pick up 1 or 2 scraps from the market and you fool our team. At the end of the day, we'll come and blame blame the coach or the decision. So in as much as the slowness in the market is there, we are just still looking for the finalize of ourselves. I just hope, because I think this is the main reason, and I think this is the main reason why Manchester United are not really much put head, and they are really spoiling the Erik ten Hag plan for the next season. So I just wish they can just finalize the set, and we know what we are looking for the next season.
A quick one away from transfers. There's a video trending about Erling Haaland snapping a picture with a Manchester United fan and covering the badge of the Manchester United boy and asking him to go to the market to go get a new jersey. What are your thoughts?
In as much as before we know Haaland was the favorite to sign Haaland when he was in Salzburg. So what is this guy? Ole gave him the room for Manchester United. Go and get us this one. We already agreed to us. No Manchester United and sluggish transfer. They are doing being sluggish and stuff like that. At the end of the day, he went to Dortmund. So, and that was it. Even Haaland saying that he will never play for all these things are just mindset. We are seeing footballers like Fabregas that swear with their life that they can never play for Chelsea and end up playing for Chelsea. So
would Manchester United, without being so different with Erling Haaland in the team, or will he raised his progressing because he had to progress in Borussia Dortmund? Will Manchester United would have been patient enough for him to be progressive?
Well, Haaland is the kind of striker that every club has been looking for. Haaland is the kind of striker that, even if as much as we don't have that work rate like Man City, but we are very sure he's going to score
chances.
Yes, those chances he doesn't miss. He doesn't play with his chances. He can only get 5 touches in the match, and in that 5 touches might be five targets, even if most of them he doesn't confirm most of them. So Haaland will do well in every team that enjoys attacking football.
Yeah, there was a strong comment by Pep Guardiola in regarding to Juan Cancelo. He made a statement that even if Cancelo wanted to leave to Manchester United, their arch rivals, he would have been ready to sell. Would you have gotten a player from?
We would have got to. We have sold to them before. We sold Havertz to them, so it's not the first time of us doing business with them. So I personally, even if they give me Cancelo 3, I won't take. He's the kind of player that spoils the residual. He just needs to buy 1 or 2 people's mind and try to scatter. If it was not that Pep is a very intelligent coach, he could have scattered the dressing room. The best decision for him that time was to just let him go. If you are giving me Cancelo free, I won't have them because he's a very arrogant player.
I'm sorry. Over to you, Mr. Wilson. 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚 Kante. There's a picture that came out on the internet when you were playing Liverpool in one of maybe the Caribbean Cups. Everyone was gasping for air, and 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚 Kante was the only player who his head and he was still he is alive to run even for the next 4 days in the game. And he is leaving you people to Al-Ittihad. Are you not sure? Just like the media rounds are going and people are giving their own perception that Chelsea might have, maybe even given money to the Arabians, or maybe had a deal with the Arabians to help them offload their players. And is going there for a contract whopping of 4 years on £100 million.
You know, that 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚 Kante deal, I love how Chelsea respected 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚𝗚 Kante's decision. You know, they have decided not to give him contract based on his injury crisis. For past season now, Kante has been going from one injury to the other. So for him to go, and I believe that his contract will expire this ending of this June. Yes. But for him to go to Saudi Arabia and for that amount of money, I'm really happy for him, because we Africa, after football, what next? That is the next question we ask ourselves. For 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚 Kante to go to West Ham, what you say? You know, when Kante was playing at Chelsea, he played with his emotion, with love, and that's the reason why everybody loves 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚 Kante. That's the reason why nobody talks bad against 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚 Kante. He's the best player in the world. That's what people always say. Even all his France national teammates, all of them, they always praise, because he's always shy of touching. He's always shy of going to Messi. Kante is an example of a player that everybody would like to be. I love 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗞𝗚 Kante.
Okay.
I love his.
Okay, what would you take on the stance of Napoli president putting an £180 million tag on Victor Osimhen, our Nigerian player? Does it befit the worth of £180 million, or they're just trying to skirt things away?
I don't think that any club will trigger that amount of money. No club in Europe will do that right now, as it stands now.
Is it because he's a black man, or if he was someone from the Europeans? Maybe the likes of the Kylian Mbappe, the likes of, he has the flair of them being an European.
As long as football is concerned, if what is happening in the market the 180 million pounds they tagged at Osimhen, I don't see that as a bad thing because football has changed.
Yes.
You will see players that will shine for 2 or 1 season before you will see transfer tag of 120 million, just like Enzo Fernandez, Jude Bellingham, so many of them. So putting Victor Osimhen 180 million pounds, I believe he deserved it. You know, for him to win Golden Boot at Serie A, and Napoli that have not won Serie A for
a very long time,
and now he won, so he deserved the price tag. I really wish Victor Osimhen is an English player. He worth 200 million pounds. So the 180 million pounds they tagged him is a fair price.
Yeah, I heard in reference we were making news talking about Lukaku. I am seeing here Chelsea are pushing for Barella, the midfielder, to be also included in that deal. Would that be a good deal for you? Meaning, based on the fact that some midfielders are already out of your club.
If Chelsea can do that deal, it's going to be a very fantastic deal for them, because I believe that Pochettino don't want Lukaku, and Chelsea Football Club have already don't want Lukaku anymore based on what Lukaku said his speech last season. So as it stands now, even Lukaku come back to Chelsea, I don't think he's going to have any minutes to play football in Chelsea. I don't think so. Even the Chelsea fans, if only the Chelsea fans will make him leave the club. So I don't think Lukaku coming back to Chelsea is a good idea.
Yeah, there's a strong interest from Manchester City, though confirmed yesterday, but not officially made a bid, because they said there was all over yesterday. There was the media rounds that Manchester City is going to bid for Declan Rice.
Yes, I saw that news yesterday. No, not only Manchester City, even Manchester United.
Manchester United became interested on the deal.
Manchester United has given West Ham, McTominay and Harry Maguire. Though West Ham have not said anything about that, but I think
an offer have not been made. That's a speculation.
Yes,
an offer have not been made for Manchester United.
But I think if West Ham, if West Ham will go back and look to the table and see the deal that Manchester United is approaching, the McTominay and Harry Maguire for the Claras plus 40 million pounds. I think it's a fair offer.
Don't you think the preferred choice of the player come to play when it comes to player sale right now? Because
I don't
from
think
the media round,
because as it stands now, they don't have that defensive midfielder. So McTominay can cover that back for that, and they need an experienced defender like Maguire. Forget about this mistake that Maguire has been playing at Manchester United. He might go to West Ham and become a class.
Their media rounds of Declan Rice has a preferred choice, which is to join Arsenal.
I don't think so. You have never made any statement.
It's not about him making statement. It's about the media round having it that his preferred choice is
That is the work of the pundit and the media. It's normal.
I'll leave it for now because you are not in support of Arsenal signing it. You just recently got into the deal. You want to sign Arsenal beloved Declan Rice. What is happening?
If I was at theater, I could have started making reference.
That's Arsenal top 1 target.
Yes, if I was at theater, I could have started making reference for another defensive midfielder, because the way I'm seeing it now, they are actually going to lose him, because this is exactly that happened with the likes of Madrid that went to Chelsea. They were just struggling. Then they'll price they'll price £5 to them. Immediately they see Chelsea in the race, that's when they will be serious. Now you talking about preferred choice. These players, they only care about where they will make the money and get trophies. So that's another thing you should understand. Because you see most players, Madrid preferred choice was not Arsenal. Where did he end up? Is he not in Chelsea? So some saying that preferred choice or not preferred choice.
Where it comes to play is that Manchester City would not give him full assurance of playing full time.
You never can tell. Guardiola have always been tactical. You ever believe that him will bring John Stones into defensive midfield?
I know Guardiola for changing a whole lot of roles.
Okay, fine. So if John Stones can play defensive midfield and play well, talk more of Declan Rice in that defensive midfield. You what I see now? Have you John Stones is playing well, a defender. He's playing well. When Declan Rice
let me leave off. Do not annoy the Arsenal fans.
The first we are not trying to despise people. It's just like Arsenal, you guys are almost doing the same thing like Manchester United. Look at you are in our backyard like this. Bayern Munich has taken Kim from us just in our backyard. Why you be interested? We are interested in so many things. Before you know, Kim has got.
Also, Arsenal interested in Timber. Arsenal also interested with the name of a player that who is not yet been pronounced on the internet, but also there's a secret deal going on for a player. We're also waiting for that news to come, a concrete news on that. But Timber, a player who Manchester United went for, and there were talks that in the FA Cup final, he was negotiating with Manchester United, which in turn it means he was negotiating for Arsenal.
See.
Do you see Arsenal sealing the deal?
The fact, do you know one thing about English media? They just like to say. That's why today I see only believe Fabrizio Romano, because once even this Timber Santa, I haven't even seen anything from him. Though I've been hearing it from other Daily Sport, Sky Sport, and anything concerning the most of the English media, they just really want to set themselves. So if Timber can go to Arsenal, it's a very good sign for them. But in as much as I know for now, Man United have not made any official bid for Timber. When we wanted him was last season, and they refused us, which we went to take Martinez. So I don't know for that, but we should bet you that if Manchester United should make it publicly that they are going for Timber is going to decline Arsenal.
Yeah, it's official. I wouldn't accept with that. I would decline that statement. I wouldn't accept with that. It's official. Bayern Munich love to steal players from Borussia Dortmund, and it's official that they have stolen Rafael Guerrero on a free transfer.
This what is that? Is it
Bundesliga?
And Serie A. I think it's the right time for them now to wake up, because that's how Juventus was doing back in those days. They won't just allow you bring out your head; they'll just take it from you. So I think the club there, or the system of play there, needs to work on that thing, because it can't be only one thing having just good player, and at the end of the year they are still winning the league, and other leagues are still struggling. So it doesn't make the football entertaining again. That's why you see most of them. I don't blame about those leaving, because he said there was no competition there, and true to there was no competition. You can see at the deadline day, we all thought that Dortmund just win match. On the normal day, Dortmund could have win those more than 5-0. Yes. On the normal day, if I just know what happened. So the competition is not there, and them still taking most of these Borussia Dortmund best player, and the likes of Lisbon is very heartbreaking. So I think the league should just work on it and see.
According to Sky Sport Italia, Thomas Partey is interested to go to Juventus rather than Saudi Arabia. Thomas Partey. What is happening? What do you feel is surrounding that deal?
Well, I think first of all, Arsenal is going to miss him, because in as much as most Arsenal, he started struggling at the end of the season. He has been one of the most key involved player in Arsenal this season. He has really improved few games, and you can watch that most of the games he has not played, Arsenal have not really won comfortably, though before he started dropping. So him going to Juventus than Saudi Arabia, I don't think he has risen as a black man, because we all know that black men love money and they want to go, and I know Saudi Arabia would have offered him more deal than the one Juventus are going to offer him. Even at that, Juventus is not even guarantee of first team shirts. So his choice is him, but if he should go to Juventus, it's a very good step up for him. At least he's very sure that he's going to get a medal there.
Yeah, I think there might be a problem coming for Chelsea Football Club if Arsenal fail to sign Declan Rice, because they might go for Chelsea target Caicedo. What do you think about that?
I will come to you. How much? 100 million. Do you know how much is Caicedo? Caicedo is 95 million plus. You cannot even bring out 70 million, 100 million to sign this thing. My brother, I don't have anything to say. If you guys don't sign Declan Rice, you guys should just go to maybe League One and look for one defensive.
Yeah, there will be questions asked in Arsenal heading if Arsenal lost that deal, because there will be a whole lot of scrutiny coming in. Why do Edu, Arteta, and the Arsenal board fail to sign Declan Rice? And there are also suggestions that they might quickly go for Chelsea target Caicedo. What is your take on that?
Do you know the reason why Caicedo rejected Bayern Munich? He rejected Bayern Munich that the Champions League, that he wanted to remain Premier League because of Chelsea. His main prime, his life was to play at Chelsea. He has already said it, that his life is to end up at Chelsea. Even if we end 16 in league, what matters that he wear that blue?
Let me ask a question. It seems these players are more liars than the barristers.
Yes,
because even when Arsenal was interested in him, a picture popped up in the internet when he was wearing an Arsenal shirt. He said he wants to play for Arsenal.
That picture is just an editing.
Not editing. He was the one who posted it. No, it's not edited. He posted it himself. It's not an edited post.
Page official.
No. Listen, he posted it himself.
Okay.
So he posted himself because he made a comment regarding to that in the internet.
Okay, I see. But I will bet you that Arsenal cannot challenge Caicedo with Chelsea. I will bet you with that. Because I believe as a starter, that is the last Chelsea option.
If Arsenal, there are chances that if Arsenal,
that's true. In the money, yes, that's true.
Because do you know that if I even see that a better fit for Arsenal might even be Caicedo, not even Declan Rice. Why do I feel that? Because of the strength going forward.
Yes, it's possible. It's possible. But
why I feel that Arsenal might even snap him up is because Arsenal are in the Champions League. He will look to that. No. I will come to you. Okay. He will look to that as a perspective to look for. Arsenal in the Champions League, and they are coming. They came for me, and I have a whole lot to play there going forward. Don't you think there will be change of mind?
Minute went for Cancelo. He rejected Bayern. That he don't want to go to.
You know, most times.
Wait. Let me finish. Let me tell you something. He rejected Bayern, and Brighton need 2 Chelsea players. I just cannot give Brighton to Lewis Cowie and Conor Gallagher without Cancelo, which is not happening. Can Arsenal risk any of the player for Cancelo? It's not possible.
Brighton are looking for money. They're not looking for players.
Even the money.
They are looking for money. They are not looking for players.
Chelsea can still offer them 100 million pounds because they've already said about 6 players. They can still offer Brighton 100 million pounds. So I don't think that Arsenal can even compete Chelsea for.
Gundogan took a leave to FC Barcelona. He had a whole lot of deals surrounding, and there's question marks coming heading to even City heading to next season because he has been their prime Zidane when the getting gets tough. He has been their prime Zidane. He is the one who rises up in those occasions. Would it be a new person? Because De Bruyne always rises up, but not in this moment where Gundogan has always been there.
You know, this Gundogan issue is before the season, and I told you guys that Gundogan has already decided that he's leaving Manchester City. Whether they win Champions League, they don't win Champions League, he's already said that he wants a new challenge, and the challenge is FC Barcelona. Before they even sold Gundogan, before Gundogan has already planned to go, Guardiola has already planned his own alternative, in which he has already purchased Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea. So now for using Mateo Kovacic now to replace Gundogan is a good option because I believe that the difference between Gundogan and Kovacic is that Kovacic don't score much.
Yeah, that's going to be a very huge big difference.
If it comes in terms of play, he plays very well, more than Gundogan. I know that very well. So I believe that replacement is a very good.
When you say play very well more than Gundogan, what are you saying in that?
Distance covered as a midfielder.
What you should say is that he has highest more work rate than Gundogan.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It goes on and assists. Gundogan is more better.
And do you know Manchester City are in need of Gundogan, not like in terms of play when they have such difficulties in scoring, because a whole lot of teams know how to play.
They have better finishers.
Guardiola is kind of coach. If he goes for you, he signed you. That's the reason why he goes for you.
Let's leave that for another time.
The only work rate in Man City is only Rodri. Currently now, and you see sometimes when Rodri is not in the match, they find it difficult to balance the game. So if Kovacic should get involved then and then, if you can play when he has. When Guardiola used to have Fernandinho and Fernandez, you see the two defending like there. To break past the defense that time was very difficult. So if you can play Rodri and Kovacic I think it's going to be a very step-up game to him. Then you can introduce the likes of Greenwood and the rest to do the finishing for him.
Okay, that's a very good one. And Toni Kroos just did sign another contract with Real Madrid. And there's always a preference when it comes to Real Madrid midfielders. As much as they sign the young ones, the old guard always starts. Would Jude, would his game time be limited this season? Because Madrid always have a preference for the old guy. We have all seen it, even with the coach involved.
It's always good when you learn from the best. Jude knows how to do it, but he hasn't had that experience. So Toni Kroos signing 1 or 2 years contract now will make him within that. Jude is a long-term project. The unit is a long time, even Rodri. That's why they're keeping them. So Madrid, the way I'm seeing Perez now, what his plan is not planning for today or tomorrow. This is something that I start is something for him in the next 4 to 5 years. So that president is a very, very wise man. You know what he's doing. So Toni Kroos being there doesn't mean he will meet Jude playing time. He's only there to give them that experience. Because in the next 2 or 3 years, now you will see Madrid and Toni Kroos.
There was a speculation going around yesterday. Perez went directly to the owners of PSG outside the PSG president to negotiate for Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, I saw that news. In as much as PSG don't want. We all know that the problem between PSG and Mbappe is from Madrid, because this has always been his dream club to play there, and you know now PSG will just want to keep him because of the star and the money involved. So even according to the news I saw, they said PSG said that I'm not going to sell Mbappe to Madrid, which I know is not possible. You won't decide where a player will go, but the fact is that Perez going outside the negotiation team today is going out of the wrong way. It might end up becoming a very big disaster for Mbappe and bringing a bad name to him. He should just follow due process and allow football get involved.
Kylian Mbappe, one of a player of his kind, would his move to Madrid make him all the stars he ever wanted?
I think so. I think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or if he eventually move to Madrid. Mbappe has the talent. Mbappe can fit into any team currently. Even if it's a Stoke City, he's going to fit.
So he's likened to the qualities of Lionel Messi.
Very
all-round game player.
You should watch him. He was the one that single-handedly to France to that World Cup final, Mbappe, and even to the penalty shootout, when other big names like Griezmann and Giroud could not be able to do it. So he was the one. So I think he believes on himself, and I think he can do it. So him going to Madrid is a very big step up to his career.
Mason Greenwood pictured being training yesterday. What is your thought about that?
I'm just pitying Arsenal because we deal with you guys. If Man City will come back, this next season we are entering, I'm just more focused on Arsenal, because Arsenal have actually tried to prove very stubborn. So Man City coming back. I don't think he's going to play for Manchester United, because the main issue, according to you said it earlier before the show, that Manchester United female women are maybe that's the reason why some of them have been leaving. If you can see Manchester United female team, we have been having small issues there. Most of the top players have been going, and this is the team that just recently qualified for Champions League. So I think it's going to be very difficult. I think what Manchester United to do is to just extend his contract, maybe give him 2 or 3 years, yes, then send him out to loan, maybe to any Turkish league or Spanish league.
One of the oils in England have completed, and because they're almost there to sign Sandro Tonali from AC Milan. Is that a good deal for them?
Well, it's a very good deal for them. Me, in as much as this is their first time in Champions League for a very long time, I think they've gone it in the 90s. So for a very long time.
And also, clearly, Manchester United is now interested in Caicedo.
What is I didn't hear you.
Manchester United is interested now in Caicedo Chelsea target.
Well, that's because I don't think, what do you need Caicedo for when we have Casemiro? So all those things are just merry rumor for the media. But in as much as he's a very good player, everybody wants him here too.
If you have Casemiro,
we have Casemiro, but Italian football prefer more of this thing, the Canadians, because the Canadians is a boss-to-boss player. Why Casemiro is just more of that defensive, and we have that person in the likes of Casemiro already. So I think.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. You have done so well in today's transfer views and all that. And I have to come to you the last one. What if Manchester City still can rise and Arsenal get Caicedo? Would that be a big deal? Or who player would you go for?
There are a lot of defensive players that we don't see. We always see the one that everybody see that this person is the whole. But there are some of players that we don't really understand what they play. But when they enter your team, you will know the reason why they are in your team. Exactly. The player that Paulinho, he will Paulinho at Fulham. He will not see what he plays, but when that guy gets an injury at Fulham, you will see that guy. You see that is the best defensive midfielder in Premier League. Even Chelsea is even targeting. Yes, so there are a lot of options, defensive options. So anything can happen in transfer market as long as it's called transfer market. You will see different speculation, different rumors. Everything do happen in transfer market.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson. You are also in all round being so happy because Chelsea are making a jungle sales in the market and bringing people in. We hope
this is what we call overhauling. Not what Manchester United did last season. This is what when you want to overhaul, you start from the grass and uproot. See, what they are trying to do is those people that that is going to spoil the dressing room. That's what they are actually doing. I'm very happy for them.
Is going.
let him go.
And also news surrounding that Onana.
Let him go. You want a keeper that is a midfielder. You have you seen Onana used to even come to the corner kick and play ball. So excuse me. I said this. He made the game difficult for them, and we all know that they are very lucky to win that game. So
he made a try for over to Lukaku. And he's the Champions League winner in Manchester City because a striker could not score from 3 years.
Yes, that's just the fact that the Onana made the game very difficult because he has the very confident. If he misplaced matches in that match, I think it's maybe one or two. So he played very well, and that's the kind of hand try him. So I'm not be surprised. After I say, if the game is not going to accept as a second choice, he should go. He has got so small game. He's our legend. He don't try. Bye, David De Gea. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much, David De Gea. We'll hear you too. I'll tell him bye. Thank you so much, guys. I would love to have you guys on the next time on this transfer deal that we have. Guys, we love you. Engage with us in the comment section. Bye.